Welcome back. Joining me for this segment is Dr. Barbara Resch, who wears many musical hats. She's the Associate Dean of the College of Visual and Performing Arts, as well as the Director of Music Education at IPFW. On top of that, she's the immediate past president of the Indiana Music Educators Association, and today she's here to talk about their upcoming state convention taking place right here in Fort Wayne. Thank you for dropping by.
Thank you.
I am so excited to talk about the IMEA, the Indiana Music Educators Association. What exactly is it, and what is its purpose?
Well, it's the state organization for professional music teachers. So it includes members who teach everything from preschool through 12th grade music, as well as university people like me who are training music educators. So it's our professional organization. It's also part of the National Association for Music Education. The Indiana chapter has about 1,200 members.
Wow. And do most of those attend the convention?
We have an attendance at the convention of about 1,000,
wow.
But many of those are collegiate members who are studying to be music educators, as well as active teachers.
That's a neat opportunity for them to be able to do that. So explain your title a little bit, because, you know, as the past president, that doesn't mean that you're no longer associated with the organization.
No,
I know you're you do a lot with them. So what is it that you're doing with the organization right now?
Well, the organization has a term of office for presidents that's about 6.5 years.
Wow.
And twice during that term of office, I was the convention chair for our state conference. And I work with mentoring and bringing on the new officers of the organization. And of course, with the conference being here in Fort Wayne, I've been able to be a little bit more hands-on with putting this year's conference together.
When it's nice and close, and it's coming up soon, January 17th through 19th is when it starts. So at this conference, which I know for many, many years was in Indianapolis, and for what, decades it's been in Indianapolis.
So.
And so how long has it been in Fort Wayne?
Came to Fort Wayne in 2011 for the first time, so this will be our third year. We've signed on for one more year in Fort Wayne, 2014.
And why was the change?
Well, when I became president, I realized how expensive it is to have that conference in Indianapolis. The facilities were very expensive for the association. I already knew that it's a very costly thing for the individual conference goer when you're in a big city like Indianapolis. So the finances were a big part of the move. Another thing that troubled me is that we have so many musical performances that go on at this conference, and in the typical convention center, there's not a very good venue for music making.
Right.
So one of the great opportunities in Fort Wayne is the variety of wonderful performance venues for our performing organizations.
Yeah, because there's really several aspects to this convention. There's the professional development part of it for all the educators. And so what do they do during these couple of days in Fort Wayne?
Well, that's the part that looks like sort of a typical educators convention, and we have probably close to 100 breakout sessions. And I think we work hard every year to make sure that there are sessions that address the current needs of music educators. We're doing on Thursday the 17th a day-long pre-conference on teacher evaluation and how teachers can help their administrators to evaluate music teachers appropriately, since that is such a crucial part of education these days. We will have throughout the conference sessions on assessment of students. There always are technology sessions. There are general interest sessions that probably would cover any music educator's interests. And then also some very specific things, recording sessions, sessions on reading new music.
This is a very serious opportunity for getting their continuing education.
It's a great professional development opportunity.
But the other aspect of it is the student performances that take place during this. So tell me a little bit about how that works.
Well, there are two strands of performances that happen. One represents the schools and the community organizations that have auditioned and been accepted through a blind audition process to perform. And there are about a dozen of those that were accepted, and they range from elementary through university, choral and instrumental ensembles. So those will be scattered throughout the conference. And then I think for many people, one of the highlights is that our conference is a chance to really showcase students who have auditioned around the state and become part of an all-state or an honor ensemble. And those represent really every area of music education. We'll have an elementary and middle school honor choir, a high school all-state choir, junior high and high school honor bands, the all-state orchestra, and also a jazz band and a jazz combo.
Well, and those kids who participate, they're really the best of the music students in the state. I mean, it's a very exciting thing for them. It's kind of the equivalent of making it past regionals through semi-state and right on all the way for athletic teams.
Really, it is. It's like one of these all-American teams within our state. And what's interesting is they come together only for these few days to rehearse and then to perform. So it's a one-time.
And that's quite an experience to watch them. I mean, I had the honor of being a chaperone a couple of years ago down in Indianapolis, and to watch those kids rehearse, it was so intense, but they were so good. They learned so much, and the choir director who was brought in, he was, he really gave them an experience, of a lifetime for them.
We always bring in nationally known conductors for each of those ensembles, and you're right, it's really a memorable experience for the students.
Well, and then the performances, I think what's neat is that that's free and open to the public, so people here in Fort Wayne can come and view all of those. Now, the schedule of those performances, if people want to see those, where's the best place to get the most recent information?
Well, visit Fort Wayne, our Convention and Visitors Bureau, which I have to say has been enormously helpful from the beginning in setting up our conference and facilitating that for us. They've posted the schedule on their website. So on the visitfortwayne.com website, you'll find a link to our conference, and then there's a document there that has all of the public performances.
Because they are performing at venues all over Fort Wayne. I mean, tell me where they're going to be. Of course, they're going to be at the embassy, which has to be a huge thrill for these students to be able to perform there.
And that's very exciting to watch the students get up on the stage and then turn around and just see the expanse of that beautiful place. So all of the all-state ensembles except for the jazz group will be performing on the embassy stage. Some of our other performances are in the Grand Wayne Center, which is where most of our sessions are being held. The choral concerts are at First Presbyterian Church with great acoustics for choirs.
Oh, that's perfect.
And there are also a few that are in the theater at the Allen County Public Library. So I think we were able to choose venues that really are going to show off each of these organizations very well.
It's such a wonderful opportunity to be able to perform there. And they are, of course, rehearsing at various venues as well. I mean, I know they're out at IPFW, and I'm assuming at all those other venues as well. So they're all over the place. Now, the program that is more professional development. That is for current music educators, but also for college students who are studying to be music educators. I mean, didn't you mention that there are a lot of them who attend? Tell me about what they can get out of this.
Well, one thing that we've done the last few years is on the Thursday night, so really the night preceding the full conference, we have a collegiate leadership conference, and it goes from about 6 p.m. to midnight, and the college students seem just fine with that. And this year we're bringing in one of the legislative advocates from our national organization who's going to be their keynote speaker. And then they also have some time together. They have their typical pizza and so forth. So that's a great social as well as advocacy developing event. Throughout the conference, there also are sessions that are specifically for college students, what to expect during student teaching, how to organize their time as their undergraduates. And they're also free to attend any of the other sessions that might be in an area that they think they're going to teach later on.
So if they want to go into high school music education, they could do those tracks as well. That's a great opportunity. So are they actual members of IMEA then as college students? Yeah,
they have a greatly reduced membership structure for their fees, but they are full-fledged members of the organization, and of course we encourage them to continue that relationship, and so the first-year teachers, once they do have their job, also get a complimentary registration to the conference their first year, and in a way to encourage them to stay involved.
It's wonderful for them. Now, the performances for all of the groups that are there, that's a neat thing that's free and open to the public. But you've got a ticketed event as well. Tell me about that group.
Well, the conference is all day Friday and Saturday, and we typically bring in a big name act for the Friday night concerts, and it is Mr. Jack Daniels Silver Cornet Band. It's a group of brass instruments, and it is, I guess, a group that tries to replicate the sound and the look and the spirit of a turn of the century, that is a turn of the 20th century, small town band. So it is supposed to evoke images of playing in the gazebo in the town square on a summer evening, which we'll all be ready for, I think, in 2 weeks.
And so the tickets for that event, are they available at the door? Is that at the Embassy Theater?
They're being sold through the Embassy, so
Okay.
they could be bought in advance or at the door.
Okay. That's going to be a very wonderful event. So and do the other ensemble events, are they each day? Are they the 17th, 18th, and 19th spread out so that people can attend more than one?
Sure.
If they want?
We work really hard not to schedule them against each other, so
Right.
that both our concert goers and the public can attend all of them. So they're scattered throughout the day on Friday and on Saturday. I think the last one is the All-State Choir at 5 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, the 19th.
So we can do choral and jazz band
Yes.
and orchestra, and I would imagine that there are then families from all over the state that come to see these as well. So that's a nice opportunity for Fort Wayne to host all of these.
It is, and that it really, I think, bolsters the attendance and the number of people who are in downtown Fort Wayne during this time, because we have close to 1,000 students in all of those all-state ensembles, and if parents and grandparents and friends are all coming to watch them, we really fill up downtown Fort Wayne.
Sure do. That just having all those students all over, that's really got a lot of vibrancy to it. Well, thank you so much for being here today and telling us all about the convention. I think that it's a great opportunity for people to be able to see what the music students are actually doing in the state of Indiana.
Thank you.
So thank you for being here. On the next Arts Weekly, tune in to learn more about 2 fabulous art exhibits coming up at the University of St. Francis that feature local and national ceramicists. We'll also hear about the Arena Dinner Theater's next show, Almost Maine. I'm Melinda Haines with the IPFW College of Visual and Performing Arts. For up-to-the-minute arts updates, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And be sure to join us here live Thursday evenings at 7:30 on PBS 39.